We're back with breaking news coming in. The second FIR details against Prajwal Revanna have been accessed by Times Now. Sections 376(2), 506 and sections of IT Act have been invoked. So Prajwal Revanna has been charged with rape and intimidation. These are details of the second FIR that has been filed against Prajwal Revanna. We'll try and connect with the reporters to get you more details. Trouble mounts for Prajwal Revanna. Sections 376(2), 506 and sections of IT Act in the second FIR against him. Deepak is getting us more details. Yes, Deepak.
Swati, yesterday, of course, Times Now was the first channel to put out the details that, the trouble is only going to mount with the second victim allegedly coming out now and filing a complaint. Now, based on the statement that has been given by her, another FIR has been registered where the sections of rape as well have been included. Earlier, of course, non-bailable sections were part of the first FIR. Now with Section 376 coming into the picture, it makes the case even more stronger against the Prajwal Revanna. HD Revanna as well, meanwhile, of course, filing his anticipatory bail plea, has made a mention of this as one of the grounds for seeking bail, that this is a fabricated case is what he claims. And now, meanwhile, we should also note that apart from the second FIR, there's another FIR that has also been registered. This is in Mysuru. This is pertaining to a case of kidnap, where the son of an alleged victim here has claimed that in his FIR he has claimed that an individual named Satish approached him, came to his house and left with his mother, and after which she has been missing is the claim that has come in based on that particular FIR. So at this point in time, in all directions, there is a lot of trouble that is coming the way of the Revanna family, even as the anticipatory bail hearing is expected to come in today of Mr. Revanna. Prajwal Revanna, however, is still yet to arrive back into the country, even as all the politics surrounding his exit and his re-entry continues.
Right, Deepak, and all these cases are with the SIT?
Yes, because the SIT has been formed in this particular case. Wherever an FIR is registered, whichever police station, it eventually, of course, is transferred to the SIT team, which will collectively probe all of these, cases. So this is, of course, a major development as far as this case is concerned, because when you have the first FIR based on which the investigation began, and then the second FIR that was registered yesterday, and now another late night FIR last night in Mysuru, all of this combined will be investigated by the SIT officials.
Right. So trouble only mounts, Deepak, for Prajwal Revanna. On one hand, lookout circular, and now you're saying the third FIR is also going to be filed against him. Extension has been denied by the SIT. In terms of the charges against HD Revanna, and before I come to that, I believe we have some more breaking inputs coming in. The third FIR that you were talking about, Deepak, let's break down the details of that. Trouble mounts for HD Revanna as another FIR. The third one, in fact, has been filed against him in connection with a kidnapping case, and this has been filed at KR Nagar police station in Mysuru. Deepak, give us more details on the third FIR.
Now we should note that in this FIR, the complainant mentions that his mother was working with the Revanna family as a help there for several years, and had, a couple of years back had left and had gone back to their hometown and were working as laborers there. Now they say that recently they were approached during the time of the second phase of elections, when Hassan as well was voting. At that point in time, an individual approaches them and says that the police could come to you, speak to your mother. We would request you not to approach them, and there would be trouble. Is a veiled threat of sorts that was issued to them, and eventually on the 29th, it's believed that they arrived at his residence and left with his mother, and he has not known the whereabouts, is the claim that has come in from the complainant, that is the son in this particular case, based on which an FIR right now has been registered, and police, of course, are going to be investigating this. And like we mentioned earlier, all of these FIRs, of course, in totality will be combined, and it will be a holistic investigation overall.
All right, Deepak, can you break down the details of who all have been named, starting from the first FIR?
Well, Mr. H.D. Revanna has been named in the FIR. Prajwal Revanna as well has been named in the FIR in the first one, and the second one again it is Mr. Prajwal Revanna that features in that. Another individual named Satish as well finds mention in the third FIR. So right now, as far as the primary goal here is concerned, is to ensure that to look into the allegations that are coming to the fore against Mr. Prajwal Revanna and his father. The others, of course, would be in terms of how they have supported them. If there is, of course, the crime that needs to be proven, and even as Mr. Prajwal Revanna is out of the country, and Mr. H.D. Revanna is right now knocking the doors of the court, seeking anticipatory bail, considering now sections which are non-bailable, like 376, have been invoked. So the trouble, of course, only continues to mount. But at this point in time, with the multiple FIRs, multiple probes that are right now ongoing, it looks like for the Revanna family, there's a lot of trouble coming their way.
Absolutely. And the politics on this issue also only intensifying, Deepak, isn't it?
Yes, and we've seen yesterday Mr. Rahul Gandhi, while campaigning in Karnataka, take on the BJP, take on the Prime Minister, and he has claimed that the BJP helped Mr. Prajwal Revanna get away. But the question really here lies in the fact that when was the first FIR registered? Swati, it was registered on the 27th in the course of the day, whereas Mr. Prajwal Revanna left the country in the wee hours of the 27th. So there was actually no case against him, or the SIT wasn't formed. So really to question how he was allowed to fly abroad when there was no case itself is quite bizarre. That logic that seems to be just a ploy of a political blame game that's going on, whereas the BJP also questions if the state police had information about this. They knew that they were going to form an SIT. They knew cases were going to come up, and they knew about the leak as well. How did they allow Mr. Revanna to actually get from Hassan to the airport is also a question that the BJP is asking, whereas the Congress, of course, has been maintaining that it was Mr. Deve Gowda, it was it was the BJP and the central government that even allowed Prajwal Revanna to fly out of the country. Prajwal Revanna, through his lawyers, meanwhile, of course, has sought time. He sought time on the first through a social media post, and he said 7 days, which essentially means that the elections for the third phase would be over, especially in Karnataka. That is the 14 northern Karnataka constituencies. So it looks like the timing of all of it, of course, smells a lot like politics.
Right. Stay on with us, Deepak. Let's take a look at the war of words, because it continues over Prajwal's sexual assault case, with Rahul Gandhi launching a scathing attack on Narendra Modi. Speaking at a rally in Shivamogga, Rahul Gandhi called Prajwal a mass rapist who raped over 400 women and was helped by Prime Minister Modi to flee the country. Those are the allegations leveled by Rahul Gandhi. He also added that despite having all the government machinery at Modi's disposal, Prajwal was allowed to flee the country. We're getting more breaking inputs now.